I'm Katrina, and this is So in Tare. Welcome to the very first garden tour. So this is basically what I'm doing, where I'm at, and I'm in town, 7,000 square foot lot. If I can do it, you can do it. So let's go ahead and head on in. Starting in the front with street trees, I have 2 pineapple guavas, one here and one here. You guys have seen videos on these. I'm not going to link every video. You guys are just going to have to find them. Maybe I'll link some. Below is some bearded iris, and they do need to be separated, and I am trying to sell some of these. And they make a really good landing spot for the pineapple guavas. So you can see there's some pineapple guavas there we haven't collected just because it's been raining so much. Over on this side of things, this is a hot lips sage, and it has really pretty flowers in the, well, not right now, but it has pretty flowers most of the year. Coming over here is jungle. We have some lavender. This used to be my neighbor's. It's rooted on my side, so she was able to cut it out of hers so she can get her car there. Here is the jungle. I do have many things in here. Most interesting thing in here, I'm not even sure I can see right now. It shouldn't have leaves right now, but I have pawpaw trees. One there, and one over there, and they're only a couple feet tall. But then we also have ground cherries, which is what this is. And I might even have some ripe. Oh my gosh, it's ripe, you guys. Guys, here's one of the ground cherries. It is January, and this is ripe. It's actually a little tart. Usually sweeter than that. I have in here that right there. Oops, past that. Okay, well, on the other side of that leaf is bouillon bush, and it kind of is all over in that area. This trellis I built for tomatoes, but they didn't grow this year. A couple years ago, this was tomato heaven. So in the front here, I have an archway. The archway, oh, sorry, here's my garbage cans, but that is passion fruit. So this is a Frederick's passion fruit. Here's a smaller fruit. There's a big one down there. But this is very good passion fruit. And this is my driveway. So if you guys see, I'll zoom out here. There's my driveway. I actually have a garage in the back as well, so I don't use this garage for car. But there's potatoes that I planted many years ago and still haven't harvested. And then in 2020, I decided I needed to increase my growing space. So you can see there's actually garlic coming up that I didn't harvest in that pot there and in that Rubbermaid bin. And so I have over here, and then over here, you can't really see well, but I have the same setup over there. We actually go in. So I have a pot in here and a couple of sinks. So those cement sinks, and then more pots here. And this is the driveway here. So those are some leeks. I planted leeks last year before. And I had a tree that rotted out. I wasn't paying attention. I had too much water. But anyway, let's go back to the front and I'll go in that way. Now this right here is an Anna's apple. I also have a Belle de Boscop grafted onto it. And these are the tops of Russian sage, which will come back. We have different kinds of sage here. That is rue. I also have taro. You can kind of see the base of it right there. There's some taro in there. That comes back every year. This is also the location where I had an eggplant for 3 years. I don't know if it's still there. I don't see it. So that's pretty cool. All right, so walking up to the house, we have this archway. The archway is going to have nice living things on it soon because I built these beds, and that's going to be another video. It's not quite done. I need to add some more things to it. But that has, right now, that's all compost from the Raccoon house. So that's cool. Got some tree collard. Pretty cool. And this is a saffron. So this is flax right here. Sorry, this is flax right here. This is saffron. This is what the saffron looks like after it flowers. And in here I have that tall thing's flax and the little thing is borage. There's California poppy in there. And this whole area is going to be flowers. And then on the other side, this whole area is also flowers. So this is a yarrow. And I'll be making videos about all these herbs and things. Oh look, tulips. Tulips are coming up. Yay. And so yeah, aloe. Let me get over to the corner. All right, I'm over in the corner of my yard. Because I do live in a neighborhood, I don't want to film my neighbors' properties. So that's why I'm skipping around here. But this is another Russian sage, and this is a hot lip sage, and it does need to be trimmed. More yarrow. There's tons more tulips in there. And then all of this is miner's lettuce, which is edible and native and totally invasive. This is lemon balm. I'm gonna guess it comes back because it has come back every other year. There's tulips all over here that aren't up yet. And then all these tree collards. You can see it looks kind of like broccoli, but these I let seed in the yard and they just grow. There's no water. In most of this front yard, there's no water. So this is oregano. Hot and spicy oregano. It actually is rooted over there, and it's yummy, yummy oregano. So super, super yummy. Super spicy. All right, let's talk about the trees. So I have these boxes in the front, and I designed it after my neighbor's garden beds, but they have since rotted, so it's not. It's a good design for short term, but the design was that if the boards rot, then you can just lift them up and put them down. If I were to do this again, I would not do it in a raised bed. I did add compost because we have clay soils here, and the clay soils can cause root rot in some trees if they're not meant, if they're not native or something. So what I would have done is I would have built a lower kind of bump, and that would act as a snorkel for the trees. But these are all cherry trees in this box here. This is a Stella. That is a Bing. This one right here is a Rainier. I used to have a Queen Anne, but it didn't make it at all. I think it never went out of dormancy, so I wonder if it was just a bad one. But the Queen Anne is what is currently used in the United States to make maraschino cherries. So the maraschino cherry, I don't remember what it's called. It starts with M, but it's not called maraschino. It apparently doesn't grow well in the United States. I looked it up. You can look it up on the FDA website if you want to know what kind of plant people are using to make a certain thing like maraschino cherry. You can look it up on the FDA website, and it took me a long time to figure that out, and then finally I'm like, I wonder if it's on there, and all of that stuff is on there. So if you're looking for a specific thing and you don't know what to plant to get it, you can go ahead and look on there. So anyway, I used to have in this bed a really yummy is chocolate mint, and I will be planting that again. For some reason it didn't come up last year. Don't know why, but I will be planting it again. It would cascade over this bed, and it was just beautiful. So, and then also all of the yarrow in the yard used to be planted right here. And it was hot pink. I no longer have hot pink yarrow. It has spread its seed and gone everywhere. I now have white, cream, and a very light pink. So there you go. Let's walk over here and show you guys these. Again, I have not done any of the trimming. I have not pruned anything because it's been raining, and you don't really want to prune when it's raining. So that'll happen at some point. But this one right here, let's see if I can get you guys in there. So this one right here is kind of a weird one. It was kind of an afterthought because this is Crawford peach, and I grafted this. So I grafted two, and it's a really yummy peach. But I grafted it on there, and that was afterthought, and I really should have given these trees a little bit more space. When you do these close plantings, it's interesting because you think you're going to prune it, but then you don't end up pruning it the way that you're wanting to. Things grow differently in different directions, and you really have to be on top of it. It can be done. You just have to be on top of it and spend the time to do it if you're going to want to do that. Yeah, so then this is a multi-grafted, oh, this cherry over here is also a multi-grafted cherry. It has a whole bunch of them on it. There's a Bing, Lapins, Tatarian, I don't remember what else. There's like two other ones on there. So that's a multi-graft. But this is a multi-graft, and it is, the majority of it, honestly, is a apricot. I believe it's a Blenheim. Yeah, I believe Blenheim. And then this little branch here is a Santa Rosa plum, and then there is an Alberta peach on there as well. And then these two, let's see, this, where am I pointing? Anyway, these two right here are Flavor Supreme and what was the other one? Flavor King, I think. Flavor King and Flavor Supreme, I think. I don't remember which is which, but this one in front, it's just been a lot of growth and not a lot of fruit, so I am going to be hopefully getting some different scions to graft onto that this year, so you'll get to see that process. Yeah. So then we have, sorry I'm jumping around, I'm again trying to avoid filming neighbors' properties. So this right here is the whole reason why I have all these, is called Elephant Heart. And Elephant Heart is a wonderful, wonderful tree and a wonderful, wonderful plum. It's awesome. So let's look at the pathway. So this is the pathway, but as you can tell, things are growing in it. So this is, wow, that's a big nasturtium. So nasturtiums are all throughout here. They seed. I planted these ones up here. You guys probably saw that in the planting flowers video. I planted those. This is called Wandering Jew. I think it has another name, but I don't know what it is. And I don't remember what that one is, but I've been trying to get rid of those just because they're not edible. Oh, another one of these guys popped up. This is Narcissus. It looks like a little daffodil. It's not edible. And then I just have a jade plant here. It's pretty cool. Not edible. Over here we have some blueberries that have completely failed. This one is okay. All this rain is totally muck, but I want to try again with blueberries. This isn't the best place for blueberries, but you know. Then I have more borage in the pathway, so if I'm going to eat it, I'm going to eat it out of here first. This ridiculous tomato, it's 2 years old. This is the second winter that's gone through, and it has not given me fruit yet. It's volunteer. All these were blueberries. It looks like there's only one left over here. And then this right here, so you can see it's coming up here. This is that Chinese chive, and there's some seeds. I'm trying to get that to go in my yard naturally. And things are a mess here, it's okay. I still have more concrete chunks to use. I'm going to be using that here soon. You guys will see that. And here's the side of the house. I've planted sunchokes here. I've planted beets here. You can see that's a beet right there. Planted turnips here. There's carrots. There's carrot seeds. Maybe I should, you know what I should do? I should just kind of shake these and see what we can get out. See if we can get some carrots to plant. There we go. Hopefully we're gonna get more rain. Hopefully that waters it in. And yeah, this right now it's not really doing much. I planted potatoes here, and it basically I think I had too much nitrogen in it and didn't do anything. But this is pigeon pea. It is a nitrogen fixing plant that you can chop and drop, but you can also eat the seeds. So here's a seed pod. And this is a little moldy, but it's okay. So there's the seeds right there. I'm just going to throw it and maybe I'll plant more. And again, more miner's lettuce. Looks like it's miner's lettuce kind of a year. And through the garden gate. So things are a little out of order right now. I'm just giving you guys a heads up with that. With all the water coming in, we have, these are an interesting calla lily. I didn't plant these, but these ones are like a black purple color when they bloom. Bear's breeches, again, plants I'm trying to get rid of. Again, things are really full. So this is a grape. I want to say it's Zinfandel, but I don't think so. I think it's another Z grape. This is a lilac from my parents. You can see it's actually starting to bud. And a pear. So I have Kamis and Warren. And one of them is not doing well. Yeah. This one's called Golden Tears. It's not edible, but the reason why I keep it is when it, I don't know, we might not get a freeze this time, but when it does freeze, it gets these little twigs, and if you leave them there, then the goldfinches break those off and use them for their nests. It's pretty cool. So I just let it stay. I'm gonna turn the camera. All right, so let's go back to the beginning. You can see what I'm talking about. So here's the gate in, and I have a line of trees on this side. I have the pond in the middle, and then some beds and stuff over there. The screening porch is over there, and Parmesan is in this line of trees, and then the raccoon house, rabbits and chickens are over here. Quail are around the corner. That's my garage too. So let's take you guys for a tour. This is a walking tour. Might be a little bumpy, sorry. So here's the first garden bed. I did get a book stand for free. It makes a great trellis. And I plan on putting melons in it. I think that's just the coolest idea, to put like a melon. Anyway, hopefully melons grow there. And this was a bed I started somewhat of a hugelkultur. This is some sidewalk that it was basically a pad that I broke up underneath the clothesline, which was here, and I used it as beds. So yeah, and then I have videos on how to put up cattle panels and all of that. Parmesan! Hi! So sorry guys, I haven't done a walking video like this before. It's a little weird going back and forth. But this is right here is a Blenheim apricot, same one that I have in the front, and it does really well. But again, I was supposed to summer prune it, and again I didn't do it, so we'll see. And here's Parmesan. Hi Parmesan. You say hi to the people? We're not going to say hi too close because we got a lot of stuff to show them. Okay? All right. So then this next nectarine, or this next apricot. He's so excited. I'm sorry, buddy. This next apricot is a Moor Park, which is also a really good one. And then over here we have a Snow Queen nectarine, which I'm planning on, if I can get a Silk Rose or Silk Road, I'm going to cut that and graft onto that because the Silk Road is what I want. Snow Queen nectarine is really good in the years that it actually is good, but that's very far and few between. And then we have another lilac in the back. So right now, let me show you guys. Here is where the quail mobiles are right now. They are not finished, but they are working. And that's where they are. And so here's Parmesan. Hi, Parmesan. If we turn around, directly opposite Parmesan is the pond. So we have an avocado here. This is a Mexicola. It has flowered, it's never given fruit, but it's there. And then this is a Page Mandarin and a Desert Gold, which is actually, look at this, guys, in February. It's not supposed to be doing that yet. And then on Parmesan's peeing. Okay. On the other side is a Bonita peach. These are both yellow peaches, and the Desert Gold is super early, which is going, well, today it's early this year. So that's what's going on there. And let's give you kind of a look at the pond. It's easier to see from the other side, but maybe I'll show you guys. It's kind of overturned stuff in there. It's very full. Yeah. Oh, and we have some tulips coming up right there, which is cool. And then this is Chinese chives coming back. And then that right there at the base of the Desert Gold it's some sort of sage, and I think it's one made for tea, and I don't remember the name of it. Let's keep walking. So here is the Rackin' House, and here's where I get the chicken eggs from. Of course, not right now because we don't have light on our chicken eggs, but that's that. And this whole thing is made out of pallets and old fence boards, so that's pretty cool. Hi, girls! So, we'll go in here very briefly. I have videos on the Rackin' House, so... Hi, girls! Hi! Hello! Hi! There's Overaptor, and Smilo, and Rexy. Hi, girls! And over here, we have Miss Meatball and Miss Tortellini. Oh, girlies. So that's their setup. Like I said, this is a longer video, so I don't really want to do too much with them. So there we go with that. Let's see. This right here is a, it's called Easy Pick Nectar Peach. It's a white peach. It's a nectar peach. It's super good. And we use that for fresh eating. And then if you juice it and can it, it's really good. And then again, turn around. Here's the pond. This right here is actually peach tree that, like, there's actually two of them right there. Started by Pitt. So that's interesting. But there's a pond. And let's continue over here. And right now we have there's things all over the place. I'm sorry. But right here I have one of my beds. It's a half moon. Have some things in it right now. I haven't planted. I think now I can plant because I don't think we're expecting super bunches of rain anymore. But there's some chard. There's some California poppy in there. There's some Chinese chives. There's even a peach tree that planted itself, and some parsley. And then this is what is this called? I'll put in what this is called. It starts with a C. It's really good. And then again we have the archways. This is what I had the the green beans growing up this last season. And then over to here we have another bed, and that is, no, it's another bed. And another archway. This is where the pumpkin was this last season. Very cool. And right now there's a lot of grass growing here, and I haven't dealt with it yet, but there is that willow that just popped out from a bark chip, and the celery. And I just saw, so this is a bed. It was kind of hard to see, but it is a bed. I have a board kind of holding up things, holding up the soil. But this is where the garlic was last year. But I thought it wasn't going to come up, but it looks like the artichoke, at least that one, is coming up. You can see there's this big dead stalk. I was going to cut it off and then it was going to rain, and I didn't want things to rot down there. So there might be one over here too. I don't know. Oh yeah, there is. Okay, so that's going to be alive. Once it stops raining, I'll take down the stalk. I should have done that already. I was waiting for the seeds. In fact, I don't know. Oops. There's some seeds. I don't know if they reach maturity or not, but there you go. There's lots of beets all around the yard. They do self-plant. And this, again, there's beets. There's a dill over there. This is where the sweet potato bed is. And I'll give you a... This is a grape. There's some peppermint in the bin, but this is a grape. There's another grape over there. The idea is for it to grow over the trellis. There's another grape over there. There's the other side, and again there's the pond. Kind of orient. The pond is in the middle. I have some artichokes to plant over here. I just haven't done it yet because of the rain. All right, let's go back. I think I'm gonna have to cut up this video a little bit, just because I'm walking kind of weird. All right, so down here is some comfrey, and I have that over there and over there as well. And then this is garlic with a bunch of California poppy and grass, which the California poppy and grass needs to come out, but the tall stuff is garlic. And then on either side here, over there and over here, is the lemon verbena. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's walk back this way. Give you an idea of really how big the space is, and I do use it very well, but it's not, it's definitely not full. So yeah, so I have green stalk out here. This is the strawberry one, and then that tower I kind of stopped paying attention to, so I needed to pay attention to that again and set up an actual watering system, because that doesn't have a watering system like this does. And it looks like a junk pile right now, but that's, I have plans there. We have these, and these are doors and windows that I got for free, and plans of that is to make kind of a lean-to right here greenhouse, like a small greenhouse that's, you know, attached but not really structurally attached. So that's good. And then look at this, guys. We have some daffodils starting. I need to trim this back. So from here, this is I'm standing at the screen and porch door, and you can see there's the pond over there, there's the racking house, there's the garage, and then there's this pathway. So I'll show you along this pathway. Try and walk backwards with you. So yeah, this is an area that I am sure hoping, my water got shut off over here. I didn't realize it until well into the summer, so I don't know if these are coming back or not, but I have a curry leaf tree, which is this guy, which is really awesome, but I don't know if it's still alive. But once this rain comes down, I'm going to be cutting it back, seeing if it regrows, and I've done that before, cut it way back, I mean harvesting it, and it regrows, but yeah. And then over there is a avocado, which I'm pretty sure is no longer with us. But there are 2 boxes here, 2 planters here, one there, one there. Got a sink back there. And that is what the kiwis are planting it in. This kiwi over here, let's see, there we go, is male, and it's doing great. I've planted 3 female kiwis over here, and all of them have grown, and then died. So I don't know if there's some sort of soil issue down below where the boxes are, or what, but I've done it 3 times, and all 3 times they've died. So I might try at the Scion Exchange, if someone has kiwi, I might try starting that from a stick, because that's something you can do with kiwi, but it's just not been successful here. Yeah, but what has been successful here is all of these canes. So I planted on this. This is the old. This is the old. What's it called? This is the old clothesline. So there's one here and one down there, and that is where the cement was that I've used for the raised beds and for the pathway to the garage that I broke up. But I've used this. I have a cattle panel on it, and I planted 4 thornless blackberries. So let's see if I remember what they were. Boysenberry, a lalleberry, triple crown, and black satin. I think that's what I planted. And they're still going good, but their offspring, if you let them, you know, if the fruit drops and starts with little babies of their own, which it will, their offspring does have thorns. So what you plant, it'll come up thornless over and over again. But if those seeds drop, they're going to come up probably with thorns. So keep that in mind. Yeah, so I need to manage this still. It's just been so wet that I haven't. And then in here we have the citrus grove. So I'm going to back up here and show you guys that. Lots of citrus here. So this is just on the side between the back kind of sidewalk that goes out in the yard to the fence. And going in order here, this is a Mineola Tangelo. There's an Owari Satsuma mandarin behind. There is a clementine right here. This has been the most productive. And then this over here is behind it is it's a Valencia, but I have let the rootstock grow because the Valencia was always dry. So that's an experiment right now. And then this, yeah, the Mineola Tangelo right here is really good, and it was a $6 or $4 tree. Like, so just because something's inexpensive doesn't mean that it won't grow you food. Same thing with the 2 of the peach trees over there. I think they were $6 trees at Grocery Outlet, and then the Easy Pick Nectar Peach was $15.88 on a ugly plant sale. So it's my favorite peach. All right, so then over here we have another one of these cattle panel things. And this is where I have dewberry. So the one on the far end is a dewberry. It's like a big blackberry is what it is basically. But it's called dewberry. I've tried planting golden raspberry and what is it called? Some other type of red raspberry on this, and it's never been successful. So I'm not sure what that's about, but yeah, the dewberry does well. And then I'll come over here. Then they have another bunch of citrus here. We have the caracara, which has decided it is a bush. This is as high as it is. It's not supposed to be a bush, but it is. The taller one behind it is a travoya. This dinky little thing right here is a bear's lime, and it has never fruited for me, and this is its last chance. That is a improved Myers that I bought. And then this is what I believe to be an improved Myers that came with the house. So this is one, the golden tears that I showed you earlier, and one of the lilacs, and this. I think those are the only original plants. Yeah. So I think those are the only original larger plants here. There's some bulbs, there's some like the calla lilies and the bear's breeches, and those were here, but everything else I took out everything and then replaced it. But this, it had a Home Depot tag on it that said dwarf citrus. So I believe it is a Meyer lemon, and it actually has two different types of lemons on it. I think probably the rootstock grew, so there's one that's more like an Eureka lemon, and then there's one that's more like a Meyer lemon. So I think that's what happened, is that it actually has, you know, the rootstock is actually growing with it. So there you go. This is what I call the raviary. If you watch the water, the what was it called? I don't know, how to build a water for your animals that never runs out of water. So that's the bucket that we did. This is the system that we did for that video. And this is, I call it the raviary. I call it the raviary because it's an aviary and it's rabbits. So we have the Raccoon House that was coined by, you know, Joel Salatin, I believe. So I'm coining the raviary, like it's a party in there. I'm not gonna go in, but you can see there's little bunnies. Well, we can open it up. So it's pretty dark in here right now because it's just cloudy and dark, but we have Tortellini's babies are in here, and Meatball's babies are in the other one, and then the quail are underneath, and they're kind of just hanging out right now. Hanging out. I don't think I've actually officially introduced the raviary yet. I was kind of waiting until we had everything done to do that, but here it is. Something that's important here, because there isn't as much protection as where the Raccoon House is from the sun, is that, and this is where we had a rabbit, a breeder, ZD, and she actually passed because of the heat. It got up to I think it was 115, and it was just too much for her. So I have plans on how to mediate that further. As you saw, we had the well, there's one right here too, but there's that solar fan. There's a couple of solar fans in there. I have some ideas as to what to do with that. And then also we got her this umbrella, so that's also helping this area in the summer. So I'm going to be doing some additional things for that. Right now this is just the grow out area. We are planning on keeping one of these babies if it's a female from Tortellini. And I'm kind of debating to actually build her a hutch over where Parmesan is, so that that's in the shade in the summer. But right now it doesn't matter. These guys are in no danger of overheating. Yeah. So if we turn around from here, we're at the back gate. If we turn around from here, you can see the citrus is on this side. The aviary, the main aviary is right there. I'm not going to go in there because you guys have seen that. You can see that in other videos. Maybe I'll put the link up here with the main quail aviary tour, noting that some changes have happened since that. But you guys probably already know what that looks like. But yeah, so now here, there's a really weird funky corner here, and this is a quince, which has decided that it is spring. It's blooming now. And let's go see. I have to step over a bunch of stuff because we had projects here. But there you go. Quince. And this is a Texas Everbearing fig. The dormant right now. This is I believe it's a Fuji. It's either a Fuji or a Gala. My neighbor and I have the same one, apple, and neither one of us remember what we got. That is a brown turkey fig. This one is covered up by the, this one's covered up by the tarp, but this is a tiger panache, so that's pretty cool. That's a green and yellow striped fig. And then all these little green things is the same thing as what is in the aviary, and that is golden currant. I believe the one inside the aviary might be dead, and if it's not, I'm still going to cut it out because it's really hard to get to the eggs behind it. And it's, I don't know if I'm going to be replacing it with something or not, but it's not, the quail love it when it's green, but it's in the way. So I think I'm going to be doing something else in there. So yeah. And then down below where I am, these little sticks right here, they're not doing anything right now, but those are honeyberries, and I've only ever gotten like 3 honeyberries off of them. Not worth it to plant it in my area. All right, so we're back underneath the umbrella near the aviary, and looking down here we have some sage. So that is sage, and I have some pots right near it, but it's okay. So culinary sage. This right here is a flower. I don't remember what it's called, but it's not edible. It was a bulb that was here when I came here. This is summer savory. It's a good herb. This right here used to be not dandelion, but it used to be a really, really good area for asparagus. And last year we really didn't have any, so I don't know what happened. But it might have been that we put up this tarp here and it blocked too much sun. I don't know, but I don't know if we're getting asparagus this year or not. We have a palm tree. I did not plant that. I decided to grow. And then over here we have this invasive thing. This is spearmint. I made the mistake of planting it next to a bed. Well, there's the bed. It's now all spearmint. So all this stuff here is spearmint. I've tried to get rid of it several times, and I think it's just time to embrace it and, I don't know, dry it and sell it or something. This one right here is marjoram. I use this a lot, and I feed it to the quail a lot, and they enjoy it. It's pretty cool. And then we go around, so you can kind of see where we are. And then here is where the rain gauge is, right by the pathway, right by the main quail aviary. That's an awesome rain gauge. And again, here's my concrete that I broke up from underneath the. Here's my concrete that I broke up from underneath my clothesline and made a pathway to the garage. And I have some plants out here just getting water before I plant them. Those are from a nursery. And these are from a friend and the Rare Fruit Growers. Those are some figs. And this is a different kind of pineapple. So that's, if you guys saw the pineapple video, I don't know when this is coming out, if it's before or after, but that's a pineapple. And this is French sorrel. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. Over here. This is red vein sorrel. It'll get bigger. And there used to be 3, so I don't know, maybe only one's coming back. Okay, back over here. So this is a pathway to the main quail aviary, and then this right here is, look at that, it's growing. That is so great. This is echinacea, guys. It apparently is growing because it's rained so much. I'm gonna let it grow and do its thing, see what happens. There's oak trees all over. The jays like to plant them. But this is where I planted, one year I planted turmeric and ginger, and it did really well, but then it didn't overwinter. And I do have some turmeric still that comes up. But there is celery. It's a volunteer celery. I also have volunteer celery, and it looks like nigella in the pathway. Actually, look at this. The nigella is also starting inside. So I have a video talking about I have a video talking about volunteers, and it just seems so funny coming out here, especially after so much rain, that so many plants are starting their process just not even in the ground. They're still in the plants. So anyway, now we're back here, back to this bed and the racking house. So give you one more glance at the pond. So I have my little sitting places here and over there, and this is the pond. So the pond is probably about 4 feet deep over on that side, and over here there's a shelf. It's like maybe 1.5 feet deep, and then it goes out and then down. And I dug that years ago, put in a liner, and then over here, well, in the pond I actually saved some tadpoles that were going to dry up in a puddle, and I put them in here. And when I did that, I decided to plant some habitat for them so the neighborhood cats wouldn't get them all the time. So I found this grass. I don't remember what it's called, but it's great habitat. I found this grass. You can see it goes into the water. It doesn't spread, which is what I was looking for, but it's really great habitat for frogs. But the frogs have all moved on. Look at this. I don't think I've seen this grass flower, but that's cool. So that's good habitat. Good stuff. And then I keep forgetting to show you guys stuff because there's so much stuff here. So I do have some dragon fruits. This one is a red dragon fruit from Lowe's. The one on the far end is a white dragon fruit someone gave me, and then this one, this on this post here, I don't know what kind it is, but someone gave me that as well. It was on a house that was coming down. It was climbing up the side of the house that was coming down, and they offered it to me. I said yes. So then we have this ginormous aloe. I have aloe on, sorry this is bumpy guys. I have aloe here. There's the unknown dragon fruit, and an aloe over here, and then that's the white dragon fruit. And it looks like it did fruit, but then it looks like it got too wet. So I had this up on top of it. It looks like the wind moved it. So that's an overturned pot. It's actually a floaty pot, but you can't really tell. I think the raccoons had another party. And this again is border plant here. Nice little grassy thing. That is not grass, but saffron. Pretty cool. So guys, I have more plants in the screen and porch and stuff inside, but this is the garden tour. You guys asked for a winter garden tour. You guys were begging for a garden tour. It's here. So I hope you enjoyed this. It gives you an idea of just how much space there is in how much space is there in a 7,000 square foot lot. And then you guys have seen all my videos and all I do. The rain's just starting just on time. And so you now know what you can do in this space, what I do in this space, what you can do in this space. And if I can do it, you can do it. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get more videos, and share with people who maybe are in an urban setting, maybe not in an urban setting, but share with people so they know that they can grow things too. And you really can grow a lot in a very small space. Thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful day.